see here. Oh yeah, here it is. It looks like something's... Oh yeah, it says it's live. There, yep.
Let me go to the control room and check it out.
I am seeing the logo
Yeah, I see it.
on
It's
the
up.
stream.
I'll go to the control room.
Things are happening.
Stream looks good. The health is good.
Okay, that's good. I haven't dropped any frames yet, apparently. All right.
Looks like we've got audio, which is good.
That is good. Okay, you can hear me talking.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. We can hear us talking.
Yeah, I think people will be able to see that.
All right.
So
you want to hit social media?
I don't know how to comment. How would I comment? Do I need to go to the main page, do you think?
To leave a comment? Oh, you mean the chat?
Or is it just are they live? Yeah, where's the chat at?
The chat should be up to the right-hand side of the window. It's a big blank area.
I need to go to the main, probably the main, not the event management screen, right?
Yeah, you just go to the main screen. Yeah, that's where I did it from. So if you go Offlane Gaming, it'll show Hearthstone Arena Run for the latest thing, and then the chat is up above.
Yeah, there's no chat. Oh, here it is. I see it.
It's a big blank area on the side. I know it's not where you'd usually expect it.
Do you think the chat goes live if I pause the video?
I don't know. Chat. I think the chat is live. It's asking me to sign into chat right now.
It's looking like it. Okay. Great. So I've got that. Leave that to the side. I'll just watch it live. It doesn't seem like it's impacting my video, right?
Yeah, I don't think it is. So I'm going to close mine down here.
All right. Let me go. So let's see what we've got here. Give it a second. I'm going to make sure it pulls up the HUD here. Right now it's just the Offlane Gaming thing.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Let me see if I can get
I've got the HUD thing. I got the HUD thing sliding in here whenever we're ready to start. So.
Wait, are you wanting to archive this and put it up on the YouTube then?
Oh, it'll just archive automatically. So.
Oh, okay. So we're already taping.
Yeah, so we're already taping it. So we're making stuff happen. Yeah, you can edit it.
We can probably trim it after the fact.
Yes.
Well, let's give it like 5 seconds of dead air on Offline Gaming, and then you can introduce what you're doing.
Did you tweet us here that we're going with it?
Nope. Let me go ahead and do that. So give me a second.
Tweet it, then I'll retweet it, and we'll get that stuff happening.
Do you want me to tweet through Offline Gaming probably?
Yeah, and then I'll just retweet whatever you put.
Give me one moment.
Figuring out how to do stuff.
Yeah, this is a good experiment.
It is a good experiment. It's a thought experiment.
Is live stream 1 word or 2 words? What do you think?
I don't know.
2 words?
I have no idea. I just live streams. No, I think it's 1 word, isn't it? I don't know. Something we can talk about. Something we can try and figure out.
We're too old. Okay.
We're too old to know how it's properly spelled.
All right, I did something through Offlane. I'm going to go on to my other account and mention delay for We Like Dota and point them towards Offlane Gaming.
And then I'll tweet that as well. Should we tell them where?
Tell them what?
Where to check it out? On the Twitter, I'll just put that.
Yeah, probably. Don't you think?
Yeah, I'll do that.
I probably missed that. I probably missed that one. Yeah.
All right. There. So I replied to that one with a thing.
Okay.
So I also put something on the subreddit earlier today, so with a link on the subreddit. So if anyone's over there, they should find out about it.
Perfect. All right, I've got one out through that now. Right. Let me refresh.
Alrighty.
You see that one yet?
Yep, I just retweeted that one. So.
And then I'm gonna go put that one on the We Like Dota page.
Okay. Alrighty.
Oh, got con. How do I... Can I change my tweet?
Can you change it? No, it's fine. People will get it. Yeah. Oh, this is nice. It tells me how many viewers we have, too. We have 1 viewer right now. I'm assuming that's you.
I would imagine.
Probably.
It is probably me.
With any luck, it's you. Am I coming through okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Volume-wise, you can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nice and clean.
Okay, so we got that. Let me copy that into... You put it in the Reddit, you said?
Yeah, I did that earlier today.
All right. I think we're good.
Are we ready?
Yeah, let's do some Hearthstone. Show me how this works.
Okay.
Let's do like 5 seconds of dead air, and then we'll...
Oh, okay. Let me go back to the logo. Okay, here we go. All right, so 5 seconds starting now. Yadneb, tell me of the arena.
I don't know much about the arena.
That's right. Well, I know. I know something about the arena. I know that I have maybe in the past, at most, gotten like 3 wins in the arena, which is not great.
It's not a good amount of wins.
It's not a good amount of wins, because the idea with the arena is that the more you win, the more prizes you get.
Okay.
So winning is desirable in the arena.
Okay, I can buy that. I believe that.
So I'm going to use some of my hard-farmed gold here. I've got 215, my Hearthstone dollars. And we're going to go into the arena, and we're going to try to do an arena run using a strategy that I saw on some Reddit thing somewhere, which I've already forgotten links for. So, but it's pretty basic.
To do? What was the amount again?
Well,
what's the buy-in?
The buy-in right here, if we US dollars. Okay. Or
I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that. Neither do I. I'm on the free-to-play account.
You've earned some of these.
Yes. Through my daily quests.
See how it goes. Okay.
Okay.
Great. I'm excited about this.
All right. So I'm going to go 150 gold. All right. My purchase is complete. Okay. What to pick?
So this is going to impact your hero abilities? Is that what this is going to do for us?
Hero abilities, and then also the cards that I'll have the ability to get. Now, I know for a fact from scouring the internet and hearing things, rumors, hearsay, that mages happen to be the best thing to pick for arena. But unfortunately, that doesn't look like an option today.
Okay, and if we wanted,
so these are the only 3 options we get.
So we've already spent the money. This is what we want to do.
This is what. So we have to choose which one we want to be. Do we want to go for hunter? Do we want to go for shaman? Or do we want to go for priest? Now, personally, for my play style, I like to get the minions out on the board, and I like to try and control the board as much as possible. And so I'm going
to take a wild guess. I don't know much about this, but I'm going to say that's a hunter.
Well,
am I wrong?
It's a little
I don't know much about this game yet.
Hunter's a little more aggressive. His hero powers deal and sort of, snowball up, but it tends to be a little more aggro than my standard gameplay. My standard gameplay is sort of to trade minions a whole bunch and stuff. So
and that's going to happen with the shaman then, because I saw you hovering over it, so I'm going to cheat a little bit.
Yes, you kind of saw where my cursor was leading. I like the shaman because he spawns these little totem guys. Plus, if you can get some other cards to buff your totems, you have extra damage, and you can have some stuff to work with in terms of board control. Get those mind control things happening. Priest has various mind control cards that'll let you take other opponents' minions, and he also has a bunch of buffs too, which can help, but it can be a little more inconsistent. It's like really dependent on if you get those cards, because in this is a random draft, so you get 3 cards to choose from, so there's no guaranteeing that you'll ever get what you actually want to get for your cards.
Okay.
Just so like opening packs.
Shaman's our best bet, then, is what you're saying.
That's kind of what I'm, despite what my beautiful filigree on my little card window may indicate. I'm definitely no pro, so.
You're more of a pro than I am. As you can see, I'm level 1 and you're level 6.
Well, that's just because I got to design the overlay. So
yeah, that's probably a big part of it.
That was mostly my bias right there.
Okay.
So once you choose which hero you want to use, you are given this strategy that I read about probably on the Hearthstone Reddit, I think, somewhere. Again, sorry for losing links. It was pretty old too. I think it was Goblins versus Gnomes. But it said that you want to get about 6 to 10 2 mana cost minions, and then 4 mana cost minions. You also kind of wanted to get a good amount of those, and then a fair amount of 5 mana or higher minions.
This is I played a little bit of Magic the Gathering. I've played this mode before as well, so that's basically our mana curve, right?
Yeah, make sure exactly. Your 3-drop cards are not going to be or 3 mana cost cards are really not going to be as high value to this. And
really?
If you can,
okay.
Yeah, so you can see this.
Something
so we see here that this 3 mana guy, it's like, okay, he's a 3/2, which is, not bad for early game, but by turn 3 you should already have like your 3/2 out there. But you see the battle cry, draw a card if it is a minion transformed into a chicken, which isn't necessarily going to be super helpful to us.
So that's not a great card. Is what
not a great card.
Correct me if I might have missed this. So I don't want to have a lot of 3 mana cards. Is that what you said?
Yeah, 3 mana cards. They say is sort of a dead zone in the arena.
Interesting.
So you want to look at like 6 to 10 2 mana cost minions, and then of course look for your good spells when you can get them. So I'm kind of drawn towards the Vitality Totem because it gives me a little bit more health, which is also a resource which you can use to attack, especially with the Shaman. If we pick up some Doom Hammers, health is going to be really, really important. So getting that 4 health at the end of the turn, I think, would be very valuable. Even more so than a charge minion with Divine Shield. So I'm thinking
and these are our only 3 choices for cards.
There's for right now. So you choose one right now, and then I'll give you another 3 to choose from. So I'm going to choose Vitality Totem. So that was choice number 1. Number 2 here. Now, we could pick up the spell, but anytime you have a spell that does random damage to like, and you have to have 2 minions on the board, that can be a little bit dicey too, because you probably might not get the minions you want to hit. So there's
it's
no
not giving
guarantees.
us enough control over what we want to do, right?
Exactly. But since I do have lots of totems and stuff, the Stormwind Champion, I think, would probably be a pretty good choice, because that 1/1 buff should sort of play into the Shaman strategy, I think. So I'm thinking.
Assuming we can get enough mana to get that out of there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, assuming we can keep our minions on the board, we should be okay.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and do Stormwind Champion. Oh, let's see. There's another 3 card. We probably don't want to let the opponent draw the card. Don't want to let him draw cards, because that's probably just putting more opportunities to beat us in there. Another 3-drop. 2 and 4 is not bad, but there's no guarantee I'm going to have a bunch of overload spells or anything. And so I'm looking at another 2-drop totem here, because this gives adjacent minions 2+ attack. So sometimes if you can get this out there and they don't have any removal, you can get some, up to 4 extra damage.
Now, is there concern yet, or should I not be concerned yet that we don't actually have any minions to give these buffs to?
No, we'll be all right.
Okay.
I mean, because we automatically will, because we have the hero power that the Shaman has going. So for this
what's his hero power do? He can bring out a totem, right?
Yeah, he spawns a random totem, which is a minion. So one does heals other minions, one is just a 1/1, and another one is a taunt with 0 attack but 2 health, and another is a spell damage +1 spell damage with 0 attack but 2 health. So we'll go ahead and choose the Flame Tongue Totem. All right, now here we are. Oh boy, what are you thinking here?
I am thinking that, well, that guy can't attack. No, the Ancient Watcher can't attack.
Now that can be a fun one in constructed if you wanted to get a bunch of silence. Because if you can silence that guy on like your next turn, then he can attack, and that's like a really good stat to have.
You can silence your own guy to have him attack. That's what you're saying. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But I'm kind of drawn to the Mad Bomber a little bit.
So what's okay? So I understand 3's a dead zone.
Yeah.
What are we wanting in like the 4 to, I guess, 7+ range? How many cards do we want there?
Well, we want to, let's see. I think we probably want about maybe like around the same amount as the 2 mana cards for the 4 zone, and then 5 is kind of anything that's sort of extra. So, but anything that's typically above 4 is going to be pretty good utility. There'll probably be more minions
that's a
on the
decent
board.
card, is what you're saying.
I think this is a decent card, and then my experience is Young Priestess can usually get removed pretty quickly.
She doesn't have much health. And that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So. Okay, I'm on board with this. Let's do the bomber.
Yep, we'll do the bomber. All right. Okay, now we've got the Abusive Sergeant. Restore minion to full health and give it taunt, which would have been good if we had an Ancient Watcher. Let's see. Our summoner. I don't really want to summon any minions for anyone else for the opponent.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too.
Yeah.
So we've got. Let's see here. So we're leaning towards the. What's the hungry summons a? Okay, we don't want that.
Yeah, we don't really want that. I'm kind of leaning towards.
I like that 0 mana one, but I'd like to hear your thought. But I like the 0 mana one.
I'm kind of leaning towards that actually, because I think that it would be good to have the ability to throw a taunt, especially if we're like getting to a place where we're feeling desperate. Or really want to try or if we want to keep like our Vitality Totem, for 1 extra turn or something to get an extra 4+ health. So
I think let's do it.
I think that's the way to go. Okay, so we've got one with a stealth here, which is not too bad. So that's a 2 with a 2/3. I think that would be a pretty good one to have, especially if we could get a Flame Tongue down next to them. Because when they're stealthed, they can't be targeted by any hero powers or attacked.
Okay.
So until they attack, so the stealth I think could prove valuable. But then also the Wind Fury is kind of nice to have. Now, are you familiar with the Wind Fury concept?
No.
Okay.
So it's a double attack.
Yes, it's a double attack. This is basically what it is. So you could give a friendly minion Wind Fury. So that's actually not a bad card. 3/3, which is not 3/3/4 isn't great, but the Wind Fury for another. So I'm kind of torn here.
Well, let's see.
What are you thinking?
I would say I like the Wind Fury thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you can get that on a good card, that's we're gonna have a bunch of buffed creatures and stuff.
Yeah, if we can get a late game.
Is it when it's only when you play that card, right? So when you play that card at an opportune moment, we're gonna get twice the attack. I think that's an appealing card.
So this could be a very good late game card to play.
I think so.
So okay, we'll go ahead and pick it because we don't have any 4-drops yet. Let's see. Here's the Stalker again. Now the question is, do we want to have some card draw? I think that might not be bad because we haven't really had any card draw opportunities yet.
Yes, I'm okay with that.
You're okay with the, and like then plus the Gnomish Inventor can hang around for a while because that 4 health really kind of keeps him on the board for a bit. So
yeah,
I think we'll go ahead and go for that. So let's see. Whenever you cast a spell, gain +2 attack this turn. So presumably we're gonna get more spells.
We're having to, if we pick that card, we're resting on that assumption.
Yeah.
I mean, that one, the Bloodsail one seems pretty specific in terms of the.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would only work against a handful of minions. But I mean, it could be, if we get it on turn 1, even if we're playing someone, a character that doesn't use weapons, it could still be.
I'd like to see that 2 mana cost card. I think that's our best option of the worst options, maybe.
Yeah.
So I think that might be the way to go.
Yeah, I think you might be onto something here. All right, we'll go for the Mana Addict. Okay, so we're currently up to, let's see, 3 2-cost minions. Ooh, Spectral Knight. Spectral Knight is not too shabby because you get 4/6 on the board for 5 mana.
Mm-hmm.
And he can't.
The mana cost is good.
Well, you're just so
the
vanilla test is, are you getting equal attack and equal life to how much mana you're spending?
To the mana cost. Okay, yeah. So that's what you're looking for. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, this isn't.
I lost you. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Okay.
All right. There we go. So
I like that one because they can't get removed easily. Because that seems that when I've played my limited amount of Hearthstone I've played, it seems like that can be a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
So
and if we put him down,
like that card.
If we put him down with a Flame Tongue Totem or our Stormwind Champion, that puts us in a better position, I feel like. All right.
What now? The rarity thing is elusive to me. Does the silver mean he's a rare card? What does
this
that
is
mean?
the little white is common.
Okay, that's helpful.
So that's what those little gems mean. And then basic cards are just cards that are included in your standard set that come with the game, so they won't have the gem. So, all right, we're going for Spectral Knight, which is not a bad choice. All right, we got some rare choices here. Oh, the Stampeding Kodo. Ooh, but then there's that Ancestral Spirit too. Now, we do have a Mana Addict, and that Death Rattle is pretty handy.
Okay.
Granted, we couldn't put it on something like the Spectral Knight, but we could put it on a Stormwind Champion, or even on a Vitality Totem, or, whatever. So I think we should probably pick up some more spells here. Because Master Swordsmith isn't too bad, but...
so you're leaning towards the Spirit?
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking too. Although
I think so.
Destroying a random enemy minion with 2 or less attack is pretty good too. But I think we'll have more opportunities.
I think we need some low mana cards.
Yeah, I think we need some low mana spells especially. Kind of get us started here. All right, we'll go for the Ancestral Spirit. Okay. Reincarnate. Destroy a minion, then return it to life with full health. That's an interesting spell. Or we could go for the Mad Bomber. We could go with this bomber theme. We got the Mad Bomber and the Matter Bomber. What do you think, friendly characters? We may end up removing something we don't mean to remove.
I don't think I like that idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like that idea.
Okay.
So what's weird? So Reincarnate is one that we've got a guy that we've lost a lot of health on, and we want to bring him back. Basically.
Yeah, we could do that. We could kill him and bring him back to life. Or if we had a Death Rattle. If we had a Death Rattle,
could be good.
That would trigger that.
We did have that guy, so that could be useful with that guy that had the Wind Fury ability.
Yeah.
Because we kill him. Because I'm assuming when you're replaying him on the board, anything like that would come back in, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that how that would work? So
well, I mean, not Battle Cries wouldn't work. Battle Cries wouldn't work because
they would not work.
Yeah, because you wouldn't be playing them again. But let's say that there was a minion that had a Death Rattle, that something happens when it dies. Like,
which
say...
we had one of those, I think, right?
Yeah. Do we have one?
I thought we had one pop up. Maybe we didn't pick it.
Oh, no, this one's the Ancestral Death Rattle. Oh, so we could use this in a combo with Ancestral Spirit. So we could put it on a minion who's... If the minion has Ancestral Spirit, has low health. If we have a Stormwind Champion that's like down to 1 health, and we have Ancestral Spirit, then we could destroy it and then bring it back to life, and then I think we'd have 2. Because this would resummon the minion.
I'm interested. I think we should do it just to see how it interacts.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I think it.
I mean, I know we spent the gold to play, but I'm interested to see how that's going to work.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if we can pull it off. All right, we'll give it a try. Oh, we're back here with some more stuff. Now, Jungle Panther, good attack, but really kind of crummy on the health side. The stealth is kind of okay.
I kind of like the River Crocodile.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's pretty basic. It's cheap. It feels like you're getting good value out of it. And since we have some things that can buff some other guys,
yeah, exactly.
I kind of like that one.
How are you feeling about it? It feels good. I'm on the same boat with you.
Board with that? Okay.
I'm on the river looking for the Crocolisk. All right, so we're up to how many 2s? We got a lot of 2s right now.
Got a lot of 2s. Is that too many 2s?
Well, not. Remember, we're looking for 6 to 4. We've got 4. So
we can do some more.
Yeah, I like the Fairy Dragon probably the most out of this.
Really? You don't like the Haunted Creeper?
The Haunted Creeper's not too...
You think that's a beneficial card? Or do we not have enough buffs anymore? I don't know.
Well,
I felt
yeah,
like we
that's
had
the
some
thing.
buffs for a while.
We have one buff. I mean, it might...
What do you like so much about the Fairy Dragon? Just the value?
Yeah, well, the attack spells are hero powers. I mean, that is huge for early game, especially since a lot of people will just remove minions easily with a hero power spell or something. So it's that stickiness
I'm
again.
leaning towards that Creeper, because what if we could Creeper, so then it dies and gets resummoned. The first time it dies, you get 2 spiders. The second time it dies, you get 2 more spiders.
Yeah, that's true.
So if we did that combo, we could get 4 little 1/1 spiders that are getting buffed by things.
That's true. So it might work as a late game card, maybe.
But I mean, I'm gonna.
But at the same.
To your,
yeah, but at the same time, if I'm counting on what the last card, it's like, especially late in the game. Say I've had, a board clear, and then I've got a thing. I've got a totem that I can put up. If I get a Haunted Creeper, I'm not going to be... Well, I mean, I'm just... it's like the heal totem chance is just sort of a random thing. I don't know.
So we're going to get heals anyways, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
We should have some heals, so...
I'm going to defer to your...
Okay, we got some spells here. So there's that Forked Lightning again. Then we've got Give a Minion Wind Fury. That wouldn't be too bad, because then we'd have another opportunity to get Wind Fury for cheap.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I think this is not a bad idea, because we could use more spells just in general, I feel like. All right, we'll go for the Wind Fury. Okay, so I'm already liking the Frostwolf Warlord. As I've been sort of playing with the free-to-play decks again, this is sort of one of your basic cards. This card has come in handy many, many, many times. This has become really, really valuable in a lot of decks that don't have, like, this guy can really stick around. So and especially since we're going to be spawning all these totems, this guy could get, really, a 7/7 or an 8/8, fairly early in the middle of the match or something. So I'm feeling the Frost World in each player's hand into the battlefield. I'm not super stoked on that, because what if that takes away a beneficial battle cry?
Which one are you not stoked on?
The Ancestor's Call. So we've got choice of epic cards here, but for now, the one that's looking most attractive. What's
the taunt Overload?
The Overload means it'll lock up 3 mana crystals for your next turn.
Ooh. Okay.
So that's why it's available.
Right. Doomslayer doesn't seem like the best option for us either. Right?
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like we're trying to keep minions around, so we're not trying to destroy everybody. So I think we'd be better benefited by taking Earth Elemental, I think. That's kind of my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, I don't love any of these. We kind of got a raw deal here, didn't we?
It'll happen. That happens frequently.
Yeah. I think we should do the Earth Elemental.
Yeah, and we don't have a whole lot of other overloads. Right. What do we want to do here? The Shattered Sun Cleric is actually not a bad 3-cost, because you get to buff a minion. We don't really have a lot of death rattles, so Undertaker's really not going to be much value to us. But the getting to summon the 2/2 Squire is really not too bad. So you're basically getting 6 health and 6 attack for 5 mana. So I'm thinking that's probably a solid way to go, I think. Any thoughts, comments, questions, concerns?
Where was your leaning again?
His battle cry is he summons a 2/2 Squire.
Yeah, I'm okay with that one.
Yeah,
because they said the 3 mana cost ones aren't as good usually, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we want to stay away.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have enough death rattle. Yep, let's do it.
I think
I'm on board.
It's probably not a bad idea. Constructed, but Tall Strider's better, because remember, we want to have those 4-cost minions too to put out. And currently we've only got 1, 2.
Well, you want to get that mana curve kind of in a better spot.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now we've got this Unbound Elemental again. Again, we don't really have as many spells that do overload, so it doesn't really seem like much of a point right now. Spells do we currently? So it'd be
Not necessarily.
It would kind of be a gamble to take spell
It
damage.
doesn't feel like that's a. I like the salty dog. It seems like a good value there.
Of course you like the salty dog, you salty dog. Yeah, I mean
I think that's the way to go.
it can be easily removed, but we can also sort of beneficial on the board. So hopefully they'll take that.
Well, if we got him out early and then we could get a Wind Fury out before they remove it, that's 14 damage,
yeah,
right?
that'd be a lot of damage. It's pretty optimistic, but I think if it could happen, it's the arena.
Let's give it a shot.
Things can happen. Ah, the Cold Light Oracle. Each player draws 2 cards. If we were trying to, this is probably not going to happen.
How does the stealth mechanic work again?
Well, the stealth mechanic is when you play a card with stealth, until it attacks, it cannot be attacked or targeted by any direct spells. So this guy, if he stays alive, he's going to do 7 damage next turn.
Wow, I like the Wind Fury kind of synergy with that.
Yeah,
sure.
The possibility for that.
We don't have any taunts either, though.
No, we have the taunt spell. And then,
okay,
you know,
right.
plus we get those minions
the
taunting totems too, eventually. Right. All right. Now I do like Lightning Bolt. This is a targeted 3 damage. You don't have any. There's no restrict 2 with it, and it's just great early removal too. So, and the overload's not totally killer. So
that's our best option.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think this could be a good 3-turn thing, especially if we get that spell damage. So here is this restore a minion in full health again. But then we've also, say you've got like a priest or someone who buffs up minions a whole ton. If they put a bunch of cards into that and then you silence them and do 1 damage to them, they just wasted a whole bunch of cards essentially. Fire Elemental. This one's real good. And you see here we have 2 3s on either side. Raid Leader's good because he gives them 1 attack, but then easily removed. Same with Jungle. This is probably the best bet for us right now because you get 3 damage.
I'm on board with
plus that minion that does that. All right, 7 more cards to pick. Oh, the Whirling Zap-O-Matic. Now how many 5? So it says we're supposed to have 6. 6 to 10 is what it said for 2-drop. So the Whirling Zap-O-Matic.
What's this guide that we're following again? This is.
I just found it on the Hearthstone Reddit. I was looking up for some sort of arena guide that wasn't like basically telling me step by step how to win. And so yeah, I'm thinking this guy might be our best bet.
I'm torn between him and the Shield Bearer, but just because I like the opportunity to get some damage on the Shield Bearer.
Yeah.
If he stays, and it gives us some early. Well, I don't know. How early, or do you think we're okay to be aggressive?
I think we're okay
to be pretty aggressive.
I think we're looking okay to be aggressive because with the hero power we'll have the potential to have some taunt. You know, and then plus we've got ancestral healing if we can automatically block it off. I'm thinking we want to stay the course with keeping the 2 health minions. Now we probably don't want to deal 2 damage to our minions because our strategy is to keep them on the board.
We've got some smaller ones. Yeah,
exactly. And then this Fire Elemental's here again. This is like a fantastic card. She becomes a big old target as soon as she comes out.
Let's do the Fire Elemental. Seems like
the 3 damage just gives us a lot more control. All right, now we're pushed into. What do we want to do here? Adjacent minions.
It seems
is
like
not too bad.
that mech just is going to get removed, isn't it? I mean,
well, he takes a bit more to get removed, and he might work well if we get the ancestral healing. Then we have a divine shield taunt that's 7/7, a little bit more. It could be polymorphed though, and Direwolf wouldn't be too bad for buffing totems to do damage. Cause
I kind of like the Direwolf better.
Yeah, and then like I said, we're still wanting to keep the 2 mana curve kind of high is kind of what we want to do.
Let's do it. Let's grab the Direwolf.
Direwolf, we'll go for it because I think we've got some.
Well, you know what we probably could use is if we could get some more cards that allow us to draw cards because I feel like we've got a lot of low mana cards. And
that's one of the nice things about Shaman too is playing that hero power helps you get minions on the board. You don't necessarily have to play as many cards early, which is not too bad. So. We've got enough. Wind Fury's never like a really super reliable thing, so I'm kind of drawn to Annoyatron because he's a really irritating card to be put out like in the first thing.
But then, reason.
But then the Wind Speaker, we've only got 3, so we should probably pick up the Wind Speaker if we want to try and keep things kind of even.
Okay.
We'll go for
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. And 27. So 3 more cards to choose. We've got another Fire Elemental. These are real. I've already got a good amount of stuff out for a good early game. So I'm not really sure we need the Bloodfen Raptor. Really in one for late game.
I would like to get the Fire Elemental again.
Fire Elemental, yeah. It's such a good.
We think it's a good card. Let's just grab it. Let's stock up on those.
I think it's a real good value. So, another Lightning Bolt. Extra removal spells would be handy. So I will go for that. And then last choice. Oh boy, what a crappy choice. This is not.
So none of these are.
Have any secrets? No. Probably don't want to silence our other minions. So I guess we'll go for another Mana Addict, and
it seems like really it's a no-brainer choice. It's a
strange list. Again, our mana curve is really, really high in the 2 slot. Really sort of skipped over any sort of 3s, so we'll see how well this strategy benefits us.
So you've done the arena before. How are you feeling about this particular deck?
And damage buffing, and then also just the removal that we have with some of these battle cry cards. I feel like we'd probably get them to stick to the board. I'm really bummed that we didn't get a Blood Rage, which is the 5-cost spell, which gives +3 attack to all your stuff. We also didn't get any Rockbiter weapons, which gives +3. I don't know. I feel like we still have potential to get some big minions on the board and be a hassle. So
what do we have to do to come out ahead? So we invested what, 150 gold?
Yes.
Is that correct? So how many do we have to win?
Pack of cards, which is 100 gold,
which goes
and then
which
just goes for 100 gold, and then they'll give you usually like 35 gold or something. So you can end up coming under, but I mean typically 3 wins or more you'll break even.
Okay.
3, then we're out. So we shall see how this goes as we go into our first match here with the Shaman Arena. And we really want to try and have nothing that costs over 2 mana. And we've got plenty of 2 mana cards, so I think we should be able to pull it off. So let's see. We're up against a priest here. So that would be a huge detriment to us, I feel like. So this is not a bad opening hand, actually. I think we should...
So the priest uses a mind control. Is that
yeah. He uses mind control. Smaller mind control spells. It's good that we have some of these can't be targeted heroes. So let's go ahead and go with this opening hand and see what transpires. Nothing yet. What is? Oh, here we'll play some mind games. Yeah, that messed him up. That messed up his flow. He was thinking of something, but now he's like,
he doesn't know what's going.
The best course of action here is to put out the removal. Excuse me. Is to put out the removal. Go for the fairy dragon, because he can't zap that with anything. So he's going to be kind of forced to hit it with his puddle stomper. Right? Yeah. So, and we're
doing a trade basically.
Yeah, we're basically doing a trade. I'm not really sure I want to use my taunt just yet. It still doesn't do something super drastic. He's going to heal me first.
It's nice.
Yes, that's very, very sportsmanlike. Thank you.
Okay, that was very generous of him.
Not too shabby. So
we've got 3 mana to work with. Do we want to do a trade? Does the card he laid do anything in particular?
Nothing in particular. If you look at it, because the priest has lots of spells that can buff. So
you do want to do a trade there?
Yeah, I do want to do a trade. And instead of going ahead and playing my Crocolisk right away, I'm going to go ahead and summon a totem. See what I get.
Okay.
All right, so that's a spell damage totem. So that's handy for if we can manage to draw some lightning bolts, or if he puts down anything that's...
We had a few spells.
Yeah, we got a couple, which is not fun.
No, I don't like this.
All right,
so how many? He stole how many cards from our?
He stole 2 with the Thought Steal
spell.
Wow,
so he has 2 of the things that we have in our hand.
Yeah, so that's not fun. that is not an
ideal
ideal situation.
Okay. Well, so what's our 4 mana card? We've got that, or we could do the 2/2 mana cards.
We could do the Dire Wolf.
We want to do that.
Yeah, I think we should kind of go for a Tall Strider here, because he's going to be slightly stickier, and we'll see if we can actually get a hit to the face and do some damage. From the stream there.
No, it's so crowded.
It's so crowded. So many people.
But no advice. So.
All right,
Gary BTW was on at one point, and he was saying hi. He was a guy,
basically.
He offered greetings.
Okay,
yeah.
well that's nice.
He said, "Hey, it's Gary."
It's me.
And I don't. He may or may not still be there. I don't think he is.
All right. So, but I'm kind of leaning towards Spectral Knight here, and then I'm gonna go minions. And so,
you're saying when we can take a trade, we should take the trade.
I think so. If we can take a trade and then come out on top with more minions on the board, I think that's valuable.
And it's worth it. Okay.
So that was a great idea, playing the Tall Strider instead of the Direwolf at that time. Like I said, I think those little buffs are going to come in handy later. So now he's thinking, I'm going to try and psych him out again. There's this pro player who apparently does lots of chat emotes and stuff during tournaments, and he's gotten lots of flack for it from people because they think it's bad manners. But I'm not necessarily convinced that it is bad manners. Like, I feel like it's a strategy, personally. Yeah. You're kind of playing mind games. So what I'm thinking here is we'll go for the fire elemental, and we'll hit the squire, take him out, and then we'll take out the silver hand knight, because we really want to try and not have very many minions on his side, because priests can buff up real quick.
Okay.
And you can end up with some dude who does tons of damage and has tons of life, like really fast.
Right. Okay.
Which is no fun.
No.
He's thinking about it. Now's the time to seek him out. Or psych him out, I guess. We've already sought him out. Who are we playing here?
Freak him out.
It's a Chimp on Me's?
I think so. I think that's what I would go with on that.
Okay, all right.
It's like an accurate guess.
So let's see. We've got some options here. We've got another fire elemental. Or, well, I guess I can't target this guy. So I should probably take this guy out, and then use a fire elemental to do that, and then I can hit him in the face. It seems like
I like that idea. I think that
seems like the best course of action. So we'll use the Spectral Knight to take this guy out, trade it, and then hit him in the face. Pow. And then we'll end our turn.
So, Cheeks, tell me, why is this such a spectator sport? Why do people enjoy this?
Well, I think the accessibility of it is really nice.
Okay.
And if you look at the way they've designed this game, I mean, the UI is great. The whole, sort of playing ground is great. The art is really nice. Looks really snappy. And so I think
it does have a nice look to it.
Yeah,
that's true.
I think all those things kind of make it fun to watch and make it a little more interesting. And then just plus,
do you watch? I know Jared does.
Are
you somebody who would watch this?
I don't watch a whole lot. No, I mean I don't really follow a ton of esports anyway. Like usually if I'm gonna watch something, it just makes me want to play. So
yeah, you and I are both like that for sure.
So I'm thinking, what do we want to do here? If I cast this, I'm still one down from killing him. Why don't I drop now? Well, actually, why don't we summon a totem first? See what we get. Okay, so we got a taunt. Right. That's good. Now I'm thinking it's time to do the Direwolf in between. Then I can go ahead, smash this dude. Then I can put Wind Fury on this guy.
Okay.
And we'll do 14 damage right there.
Okay.
And then we'll call that good.
I feel like that was a good turn for us, wasn't it?
Yeah, I feel like it was a really good turn for us.
Pretty good turn.
I think this whole kind of trying to keep as much control over the board. He still does have card advantage. He has about 8 cards in his hand. So he could do, yeah, he's going to probably use some of these Shadow Word cards to try and thin us out a little bit. But I don't know. I'm interested to see where he's kind of going. Because, I mean, that's a lot of cards to have in your hand. Oh, so he's going to take control of those guys.
Higher, right? So.
Okay, so he stole some of this. Still, he doesn't really have much here. Not a lot.
What is he waiting for? What do you think is going to happen?
I think he might be waiting for turn 10 to do mind control. So clearly, I can just go and kill him right now. Boom.
What happens at turn 10?
Turn 10, he has a card called Mind Control, which he takes control of any minion he wants. Costs 10 mana, but we won.
I see. Okay, so then he can just steal. Well, that's it. That's all there is to it.
So that was it. We got it.
So we haven't made our money back, but we're on the right path towards that. Well, we made 40 gold.
We made 40 gold back from a daily challenge, so that's not too bad.
Okay.
So yeah, so this is that we benefited from having these lower cost minions, plus once we get past that sort of once we get through the halfway point of the mana building up, it gives us more potential with these fire elementals, and having 3 is definitely, it
seems like that's a
10%
card for us for sure.
Yeah, 1 in 10 cards that we draw is going to be a fire elemental. So,
what's your record in the arena? How many have you gone?
I think the most I've ever gone is like 4 or 5, and that's it. I've never gotten to 12 yet.
Is there a max? Does it ever cap?
I think 12 is the max, and then with that, I think you get buco prizes and stuff. Now, there's I don't think there's any actual evidence of this, and people say it doesn't actually happen, but I think that the cards you get out of arena packs are slightly better. Like, I've always gotten better cards from arena runs than I have just from.
You mean the cards? Because you're just opening up the cards.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That seems like that's complete and utter crap. I don't believe that for a second.
I don't know. It feels like to me. Maybe they're just more hard-earned. I don't know. Maybe it's because I put more effort
maybe they
into
just feel better when you get them. I don't know.
I think so.
I would believe that.
Yeah. So should we do another one here?
Yeah.
See if we can win one and lose one, maybe.
Test our luck.
Now I think the hardest time we'll probably have would be with any sort of big AoE spells. Like if we get a mage, they can definitely pick off our smaller minions and then also wipe out the board completely. So, mirror match. So this could also prove very interesting. All right, remember again, we want to start off with cards that cost less than 3. I think I want to get rid of one of these spells though, so I'm gonna save this one for later and then try and replace these. Windfury early could be pretty good. All right, not the greatest start, but it is something.
We have cards, which is a plus.
We have cards, yes. You don't want to have absolutely nothing that you can't play. So obviously I don't want to play the Lightning Bolt right off the bat, because then I'll just have 1 mana next time. But I don't want this thing to just sit here. Wondering what he's gonna do. What is he gonna do?
What is gonna happen?
Oh, he's trying to psych me out now. I'm gonna go ahead and summon the totem and save my stuff here. I want to see what he does to this thing, if he tries to buff it, or what is gonna happen. Because this is one of the new adventure mode cards. So, I mean, I have the adventure mode on my other account, but I've been playing my free to play so much.
So that's the only way. Well, obviously in the arena they can come into play. But
yeah.
Outside of that, that's the only way you can get one of these cards is playing the adventure mode.
Yeah, kind of. So, let's see. We don't really want to play the Mana Addict, but we would like to get rid of this dude, because that is going to be a pain. Because that means he probably has a lot of
stuff. Huh?
A lot of, what is it? Overload. That's what it's called. So I don't know
where you're going with this. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm gonna do one of these, and I'm gonna go. Oh wait, now I gotta reread the text on this. Whenever this minion takes damage. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this guy because I don't want to have to deal with him getting super buffed up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and trade again. It feels like the prudent thing to do. And that sets us back 1 mana for our next turn, unfortunately. So it would have been nice to have that Gnomish Inventor out the next turn, but we shall see. It looks like he's just going to go ahead and do that too, so. It doesn't seem like we're too far behind.
No.
This has 3 health. I think I might put it out and then see if I can get this Windfury on it the next turn. So we'll see if he does anything to get rid of this. And again, here's our healing totem, which heals for 1 at the end of each turn. So, Stormforged Axe. So he's going to go ahead and go for the trade too.
Okay.
It's probably not a bad idea. And he's back to one of those. Now he also has a weapon. Oh, weapons aren't fun. say hello to him again. Psych him out.
That's what we want. So there's a lot of mental games in this.
Oh yeah, totally. There's like, what do you think you could have? Like sometimes just like hovering over a card, because you can kind of see when they're looking through their cards or when they're tapping on different things. They're looking at what you have and looking at what they have.
That's nice. So part of the things that somebody would do during a physical card game have kind of mapped over to this.
Yeah, I think that's another another thing which kind of makes it sort of popular, or it's increased its popularity. The accessibility and just little things like that. All right, so I've got some options here. I could go Gnomish Inventor and just get another card in hand, which wouldn't be terrible right now. Because if I play this, he's going to be able to remove my Flame Tongue pretty quickly. So I think I'm just going to I'll go for the safe route. Get that sticky minion out there. And that's not too bad. Oh, I got to sneeze here, just a moment.
Oh boy.
Excuse me. I tried to step away from the mic.
That was a little rough.
If we were real impressive folks here, we would have something else. Let's see. Exactly. Oh, all right. So I've got this little buddy right here. Do you think I should go for the fire elemental right away? Maybe get rid of the dragon egg so he doesn't end up summoning any whelps? Or should I go for a tall strider with a damage buff?
I don't know. I'm a little more confused by the cards this guy has, just because he's using some from some of the new game modes and stuff that are out there. So I don't really know if I have any strong advice.
Let's see.
What are you feeling?
I'm just trying to figure out what he's going to do with this. Like, interested to know what the idea is behind that. I guess maybe it's to help dissuade from using AoE. But I think what I'm going to do is I'll go for the buff. Okay. And then I'm going to put out a tall strider too. So I feel like this is not a terrible way to go. So we'll get rid of that. And we'll get rid of this guy. Oh, so it did end up summoning. Okay, so even when you kill it, it still ends up summoning that. Oh, but I did get healed, so that's nice. Now I wonder if he has any other dragon cards that buff these whelps.
I don't know.
That's something to take into
Do those exist? Those are a thing?
With Blackrock Mountain, they are now. I'm not sure what they are. Great. Like I said, I don't know all the new cards either.
How fast do you think the meta changes here? Is it something that changes pretty fast?
Kind of what I've seen over the last couple, after over like a year of playing this, is it seems like with expansions you'll get new metas, but then with the meta itself, it seems like it shifts from season to season. So, the Hearthstone setup in seasons. So you go for, let's see, what is it? You have like a month to rank up as fast as you can. And so you'll see at the beginning of a new season, you'll start to see maybe some new ideas come out of that from, what people have experienced in the last season and everything. So, yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of a thing. So what do you think I should do here? Should I go for I'm kind of thinking I want to get rid of this dude because I don't want a 5/5 guy hanging out.
Yeah, it doesn't seem safe to keep him around.
Could mean a trade. This could be pretty useful, this dude right here. Yeah.
They helped us out last time, right? That was a good
they were a good
card
call
for last time around.
So I'm going to get rid of this freezing dude.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and trade. So I've still got bigger minions on the board, so that's good.
And is that part of the winning strategy? Is just to always have kind of the board advantage, if you will?
Kind of.
Is that something you want to go for?
You really want to have board and card advantage. If you have control of the board, then it's advantageous. But if they have a bunch of cards that can suddenly take control of the board, then it's still kind of an
it depends. Is the answer.
Like right now, even though we've got these two pretty beefy minions against these two smaller minions, I'm still not convinced that it's gonna we're going to have complete control the whole time here.
Okay.
So, I am thinking of going for Wind Fury on this guy so I can take out this. And then it leaves question of what else I should do. I guess I could go for the Salty Dog, because then that draws a lot of immediate attention.
Can't imagine that can lead us astray.
Yeah.
Right.
But the Spectral Knight might not be a bad idea too, because it can't be targeted. So Salty Dog is easily targeted and potentially easily removed with the 4 mana. So let's go ahead and go for Spectral Knight. And then I'm going to go for Wind Fury on the Elemental, so I can hit this dude twice and get rid of him.
Okay.
And bap. And then we'll go ahead and go for face. So we're back kind of where we were before. We've got 2 better minions, bigger minions, and he still has 2 smaller minions, but he does have card advantage. He has 7 cards in hand right now. So that's going to cost him in his next turn. Does he have... Okay, so he is definitely trying to get rid of stuff here. So I'm thinking that we should go ahead and summon a totem. Hopefully it'll be something beneficial. And then I'm thinking the Stormwind Champion, so we can get rid of this dude. And the Stormwind Champion will kind of make himself a target too.
Great.
So we'll go ahead and summon one of these, see what we get. Alright, that's good. Taunt's good. And then go for this, which buffs this dude up. Can get rid of that. And then we'll sort of lead it here. So looks like we're kind of at the same place now. Yeah, so I feel like this balancing of having sort of half your 2-drop minions and half, you know, like 4 and bigger is really, really not a bad idea.
Seems to be working, right?
Yeah, it seems to be working okay so far. So we'll see, unless this guy really has something quite spectacular. He's thinking about it. I'll try and psych him out. Oh, there's the Bloodlust right there. So he picked up a Bloodlust. Is he going to do 2 of them? No, he can't do 2 of them. And he's going to choose an axe too. All right, he's going to town. So it's interesting. I would have... Oh, so he's going to... That's how he's going to get rid of it. All right. Now we see. All right, so...
Okay.
Now what I'm thinking is I don't really want to put out this dude yet because he still has a weapon. Maybe I'll try and get him to take the damage by putting out a Salty Dog and an Overload Earthbound Elemental. I think it's not a bad idea. I think we'll go for it. So we'll go Salty Dog, then Earthbound Elemental. We'll make him hit the Earthbound Elemental and go ahead and hit him in the face right now. So I want to see how he's gonna try and get rid of that.
How's he gonna respond?
Yeah, he might have the lightning or the earth shock, which might silence this guy. But this guy still has 7 life and 7 attack, so he's not exactly something that can be ignored. So he is bringing out the Force Max tank. He didn't put the taunt on it. That's surprising. So what I will do is I guess I will go for the kill because he's not going to win this.
Yeah, I think that's
there we go.
I think that's what I would do.
And give him a well played. All right. Well, this seems to be working pretty well.
I think this deck went pretty well. Yeah, this is
pretty good.
This has been fun.
So what I think we'll do, we should do is we'll call it good for now. We'll come back next week.
Works.
Next
kind of
weekend.
Finish up a little bit more of this.
See how much further we can get towards 12 wins. So for anyone who tuned in, thank you for tuning in. I am Cheeks. You can follow me on Twitter at CheeksAFlappin'. Yadneb, where can folks find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Offlane Yadneb on Twitter. That's a new Twitter account for the Offlane Gaming Podcast, and you can find us both at offlanegaming.com.
That's right. So this is kind of the first of our streaming stuff that we're doing. We kind of want to do a little more streaming in between podcasts and stuff just to show you what we're playing and to keep people interested. So we'll probably be doing more and more. I think we'll try and make Hearthstone a sort of regular thing, but I'm also kind of interested in streaming some Besiege and some other things. So if you have any requests for anything you'd like to see streamed, you can hit us up on our subreddit. That's reddit.com/r/offlanegaming. If you have any requests for something you'd like to see us streaming or playing. All right.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone.
Yes, indeed.